Welcome to this series about business frameworks. In this video, I'm going to explain PEST-analysis, which is a strategic tool to analyze a company's business environment. First, I will cover what a PEST-analysis is, and then I'm going to talk about the value of PEST-analysis for companies and the different variants of PEST-analysis, like PESTLE, and finally, I'm going to apply PEST-analysis to a company to make the concept more vivid. I am Matthias Glaser. Let's get right into it. PEST-analysis is a management framework to analyze the factors in the business environment of a company which have an impact on the company's activities and performance. Therefore, PEST-analysis helps you to structure and understand the dynamics of a company's business environment. The business environment is also referred to as the macro environment of a company because it is external to the company, but the company is still embedded in this environment. Thus, the factors, or one can think of them as forces in the macro environment, can affect a company. For example, its profitability. These factors in the business environment are called macro factors. These macro factors influence a company whether the company likes it or not. PEST is an acronym and each letter stands for one type of these macro factors in the business environment: political, legal, economic, socio-cultural, and technological factors. Political legal factors concern actors involved in the political sphere, business regulation, and legislation. The factors include the government, interest and lobbying groups, and political movements. Companies are subject to the political legal factor. For example, a company is required to follow legal environmental standards, competition laws, and it has to abide by the tax code. Governments might also regulate imports or exports affecting the revenue of a company. Economic factors revolve around the income distribution in a country, savings, debt and credit, and of course the economic situation in general. For example, a luxury brand might target countries that have a higher GDP per capita, a high disposable income, and a more equal distribution of wealth or income to ensure that the luxury brand has a sufficiently large customer base in this country for its expensive products. Socio-cultural factors include beliefs, values, attitudes, and norms, but also demographics, which all influence consumption behavior. One's view of oneself, society, work, and nature affects consumer behavior, which is relevant for a company. For example, someone who believes humans should live in harmony with nature prefers the consumption of green products. Also, demographics like age cohorts, lifestyle, education levels, household size and structure play an important role for consumption. For example, the overaging of societies has changed consumption needs, and overaging is going to change them in the future. Technological factors concern technology-related innovation, research and development, and incremental progress. Technological advances can lower cost, increase productivity, or create entry barriers to an industry. Just think of chip manufacturing. Technological change is becoming faster and faster, and missing it can be disastrous. For example, some photo camera companies realized too late that the future of cameras was going to be digital, which led to a loss of strategic foresight and put them out of business. Missing out on technological innovation can mean the loss of competitiveness, which does not only apply to companies in the technology sector. Just think of how the field of AI is shaping our society, the economy, and our consumption behavior. PEST analysis can provide value to a company in many ways. For example, Using pest analysis to continuously monitor one's business environment leads to better informed business decisions, enhanced responsiveness to changes in the business environment, and overall an improvement of a company's performance. PEST is a management tool to assess a company's business environment, and therefore it is meaningful to combine it with other strategic tools like a SWOT analysis and Porter's 5 forces model to derive a more comprehensive assessment of a company's situation. There are several variants of the PEST framework, for example, the following acronyms. Sometimes such variants use different categorizations or ordering of the macro factors than the original framework, or they might add macro factors in comparison to the original framework. For example, PESTLE treats legal factors separately and adds environmental factors. Environmental factors include, for example, the impact of climate change on a business. Still, all variants are based on the same idea. So you should pick the variant that meets the needs of your business the best. Now I will apply a brief PEST analysis to a company to give you a more vivid example of each macro factor. The target of this PEST analysis is the business environment of the company Swarovski, which is an Austrian producer of crystal, jewelry, and fashion. Swarovski was founded in 1895 and is headquartered in Wattens in Tyrol. The revenue of the company was around 1.8 billion euros in 2022. We start with political legal factors. Here, sanctions and trade restrictions of a country can easily affect a global company like Swarovski. For example, the sanctions and trade restrictions concerning the Russian market led Swarovski to exit this market in 2023. The economy is naturally an economic factor. Economic growth is going to slow down according to the World Economic Outlook published by the International Monetary Fund. This might decrease demand for less essential goods like the jewelry or decoration product lines of Swarovski. Socio-cultural factors concern changes in consumer values and preferences. For example, consumers are increasingly demanding that their purchases come from transparent and ethical value chains. But real diamonds can be associated with grim labor conditions at the mining sites. This shift in consumer preferences could reduce the demand for real diamonds and increase demand for substitute products, like the synthetic glass crystals produced by Swarovski. Technology is essential for Swarovski because they are producing synthetic crystals. For example, new developments in the production process of such crystal glass could lead to an opportunity for Swarovski to innovate, but at the same time, competitors might take advantage of such new developments. Also, progress in virtual reality technology impacts how companies communicate with customers. Swarovski responded to progress in this area by, for example, launching a virtual reality shopping experience with MasterCard already in 2017 and launching virtual shopping events with live stream technology in 2020. I hope this video about PEST analysis made you understand how you can use this strategic tool to improve the performance of your company. Thanks for watching. See you next time.